Hi, in this movie I will talk why to use Arduino at all. Why not use other chips like Altera or Xilinx? Okay, so first of all, Arduino is an open source, is a platform in which you can create a very complex design easily, which means that all the environment for the development is free of charge, but it is a little limited, but you can work with it and do amazing things. And also you have free libraries in which you don't have to develop all the design and you have ready things. So we can say that it is like more doing integration between things in order to create amazing projects. For example, you can create things like working with SD memory card, with LCD, with Ethernet, with GPS. You can do protocols of communication like I2C, SPI and UART easily because they are ready. You can also use third-party materials in which you have more libraries that you can work with. You can design your own board. You don't need to use this board, and you can take just the main chip and create your own board and work with it easily. You also can use, let's talk a little about the board and I will explain. So here we have Arduino, it's Arduino Mega 2560. Okay, this is not the original board of Arduino, but it's actually the same and you can work with it without a problem. In this board is a big board where you have a lot of input and output. You have many digital inputs, you have also analog input, and you have communication and PWM. In most of Arduino boards you also have the USB input, so you just need to connect it to the computer and everything is ready to work with the appropriate software that you can download free from arduino.cc. Also, let's see other board. So we have also this board in which we don't have USB and it's for let's say less complicated electronics. You have less input and output, but also you can create amazing and small project things. This board is called Pro Mini. In this one you don't have a USB, but you will program it in a different way, in SPI communication. Also you have this board which is the Nano. Here you have a small USB connection and it is same communication like this one, like the Mega. Also there are few type of communication chips. In the original you have the FTDI chips, which is, let's say, more robust, and it is a known company which is FTDI. In the less expensive boards you have CH340 chips, which is Chinese chip that is replacing the FTDI, but it doesn't care for the average user. You just connect it and work with it. Here we have DC Arduino, which is a copy of the Arduino Uno, but with the Chinese chips, and you can work with it. Also, this is a Shield. A Shield is another board that is connected on another board. For example, this Ethernet shield is connected on the Uno, so you just need to hook them together, and you have already software that you can download and get example and start work with them. For example, in this kind of project you can create a automatic web server or something to transfer data on the net. You also have a SD card in this Arduino Ethernet. Also, there are more complicated boards, like this one is a GSM GPRS shield. Okay, so you can hook a card from your phone, and you can use it like a cellular automatic phone. Also, you have this board, which is a GPS shield, and you can create a GPS product. These boards are more expensive from the other shields of Arduino. Also, for example, we have here a ready project that I made. You can look at my site, which is a resistor meter. So we have the Arduino Uno with a shield of LCD. So the LCD is giving all the information. It is a ready project that you can use. We have here also data logger shield, which enable us to connect to all the digital and analog inputs and outputs and save data on an SD card. We have here extender board in which we have all the pins connected a few times, and we can connect sensor and power and get many output from the few outputs that we have here. So everyone is extended. And also other products like sensors. So I have here a sensors kit which called 37 in 1. In this box we have a lot of sensor in which we can do amazing projects. Like, for example, we have a joystick that we can connect to Arduino, and we have example code to work with it. We have here a thermometer that measures the temperature. We have also, this is kind of digital potentiometer, and we have a microphone board that we can detect sounds from the environment, and many other tools to work with. This is, for example, an LCD. We can connect to LCD like a phone LCD and display characters and other graphics, and many other. And the advantage is that it is all free on the net. So even if you don't have it on the Arduino site, you can download it from third party and work with it. By the way, now I remember, in the GSM, of course, we have a SIM card. This is the connection of the SIM card that enable us to get the phone number for which we can receive data and call outside. There is a missing antenna. We have to connect the antenna to this board also in order to make it work properly. Okay, so this is just a little bunch of the boards that you can see on Arduino site, and you can design your own board. And by the way, in each board we have oscillator. The oscillator is a clock that enables the microcontroller to work with it. And I have a little something unusual to tell you, and this is that if you create your own board, how do you create your own board? You can take the main chip from here and design your own board. You just need the chip. You even don't need the USB part because you can connect with SPI interface. The main thing that you need is to get the power to the board and the oscillator. But the new thing that you might don't know is that you don't even have to work with this oscillator. You have inside the AVR microcontroller an RC 8 MHz oscillator that enable you to build your own board without an oscillator and work with the internal oscillator. The internal oscillator have some calibration process that you can move it toward the 8 MHz to be more accurate, and you can work with it. You also have internal 125 kHz oscillator, which is not accurate like these metal quartz oscillators, but it's good enough to some of the projects. Okay, this is why to use the Arduino. Thank you. Bye bye. Arduino.